Welcome back to Time and Eternity.
Don't you mean Tea and Eternity?
True.
You stole my joke, Jova.
You didn't say it on screen. And
Still
besides,
better
I didn't...
than Towa and
You
Eternity.
need to copyright your jokes, Dweebs.
Yeah, indeed.
Yeah,
No, don't
I
do that.
copyright. Jova, I beat you to it.
Besides,
Wait,
£5.
shitty line delivery coming.
Drake, you have to potty?
No, I don't have to potty.
You have to party.
Okay,
Oh.
wow. After that,
Poop jokes. They weren't
I mean,
funny
can you
since
imagine?
You know,
1990.
Moving.
and all of a sudden,
Can you
Zero
imagine-
from
I can
Mega Man
imagine-
X4 doesn't sound so bad.
I can imagine the voice actor in the booth recording that line.
Basically, the director was all going, okay, in this particular line, I want you to sound as annoying as you possibly can.
What the hell is wrong with the column
do
And
it.
now, ladies and gentlemen, we're in Kitchen Sink Island. What?
I
Wait.
could do...
That's what the... Oh, yeah, that's right.
Mistake,
This is
kitchen.
Spanish for that.
No, Portuguese.
I can do annoying better than that.
The name of this island is Panela Isle, and Panela in Portuguese is the name of a certain kitchen utensil. So this is Kitchen Utensil Island.
Well, see,
Kyle.
it's like I said, Pedro, one of the things lazy writers like to do is just use fancy words, i.e. words from different languages, to make it sound like they're speaking sophisticated and being creative, when in reality
Joel,
it
what
just
it
translates
reminds
to
me?
something blatant.
Seriously, I can
You know,
be-
Jova, you know what
said
this
it.
reminds me?
What?
Of the different worlds of the Super Mario Bros. Super Show, like Carland, Spyland.
Yeah.
You know that line he said earlier? I could read it better than that.
Everyone could read it better than that.
But I don't want to party.
I wouldn't want to read that. Poop jokes are not for me.
Oh, gee.
I just did it for you.
Well, gee,
I will-
Zach,
I
I
will
think you're
read it.
onto something. I like how he said, I don't think we can rely on any of the knights anymore. Well, I think no... Well, no kidding. I mean, where have we seen any knights who have helped us in any way whatsoever?
Oh, come on, Jova. It's like you... oh, come on, Jova. By what you're saying, it's like princesses and other royalty people have armies and knights and stuff to do their...
For a second,
But we
You're crazy,
clearly
Jova.
saw they had an army outside during the wedding, which failed
This game,
tremendously.
this game is suffering from Sonic 06 syndrome, where for some reason the royalty has no army or military.
you know, for a minute
Or
there,
someone with a brain.
for a minute there, I thought she was going to shoot the dragon.
So yeah, apparently in this game, it's the princess. It's the princess that does all the work.
What's a waypoint?
They're trying to pull the badass princess card, but they fail.
What's a
Yeah.
waypoint?
Miserably.
A
Those-
waypoint is a green teleport stone. Basically, every time I enter a new area, there is a waypoint at the beginning. And then there are several waypoints scattered across the area, and I can always teleport between the ones I touch.
That's
Think,
nice, I guess.
Think Final Fantasy XIV
Yeah, that's-
Realm Reborn, only not good.
Okay.
Good, because it makes traveling easier, I guess. But here's the thing. Here's an even better idea. Don't put in random encounters. Random encounters are a dated mechanic that has no reason to exist anymore.
They don't even do what Pokemon does and like give you some tall grass or like some indicator of the possibility of a random encounter. It looks like it's just happening ad nauseum.
I mean, the only game aside from Pokemon where random encounters worked well for me was Dragon Quest VIII because level 5 programming in a very specific way. But
Well, even still,
Aside-
with random
aside from
encounters,
that,
they
no.
should still give you an area that obviously tells you there's going to be random encounters. You know, diversify them.
I mean, random encounters were perfectly fine in the 80s. They were okay in the 90s. But by the time we reached the 2000s, there was no reason for this shit to be here anymore.
Which is why in Bravely Default you can change the rate.
Yeah, Bravely Default is fine because you can literally change the rate, so whatever.
You can have it so that there's no random encounters at all.
Yep.
Or you can change it
Yeah,
so that they're
basic-
absolutely everywhere.
Well, with that function as a no XP challenge or something.
Yeah, I love those options they put in. It's clear that it's a game made by JRPG gamers for JRPG gamers. I love that game so much. Well, I love the first half of it, but that's another story. That's a for another day.
Hoping Bravely Second improves.
Yeah.
So anyway, back to Tea Party in Eternity.
I'm sorry.
I haven't touched it.
I would like to apologize to the audience for the fact that we're not talking about the game, but, well...
We only did it for like 2 minutes.
I know, but the thing is, this game is so bad, we don't want to talk about it.
All we're doing is just going on
I could
boring
talk about
adventure, have a
something.
tea
Why the
party.
hell there are random mage on these islands? I mean, I can understand monsters,
there
but
are.
human mages.
Because
are.
mooks.
Yeah.
Now, one thing I need to comment on, man, her running animation looks awkward. Whether she's Toki or Towa,
Yeah, like I said,
it looks awkward.
you know what it reminds me? That video that the Angry Video Game Nerd made a lot of years ago that explained the Sega CD and its games, and there was one game that had these, this anime girl running in this same exact mode, sort of.
Oh, you mean
And you
Time
needed
Gal.
to press, like someone says, in order to avoid obstacles.
You mean Time Gal.
I think so.
Yeah.
But yeah, anyway, also, is it just me, or does the frame rate seem rather unstable
Choppy.
at times?
It is. It is.
Did we mention this game's programmed badly too?
The average frame rate is 30 frames per second, but yeah, it does stumble quite a bit.
Gee, I wonder
come
who that
on.
guy is.
Come on, you don't even really have that powerful a thing they're running this on, and yet they can't even keep the frame rate consistent?
Because it's coded badly. It's like Sonic Genesis, that system's
yeah,
not capable of running
Well,
it.
to be honest, remember that the PS3 has a rather difficult hardware to work with.
Yeah, but it's interesting that you mentioned the Time Gal tale, because this game in general, the animations feel like a 90s FMV game. Oh, it does. I've played a lot of FMV games back in the day, back when CDs were brand new and stuff. So I know what I'm talking about. This actually does feel like an FMV game at points.
Find
But
the
yeah.
assassin and get info. Say,
Yeah, we got a preview of that assassin, and gee, I wonder who it might be.
How
Are there
exactly
dungeons in
did...
this game?
Hold on, cutscene.
Whoa! What the heck are you?
Are you?
Drake, you're kind of...
Assassin's Guild?
You're miming.
Is it human?
Yeah.
No, it's a machine.
Like,
No,
you're
it's
again,
Superman!
You're Your fucking lip syncing in Sonic 06 was bad. Like, Sonic
It
06
is.
got shit over time.
Didn't we already cover that there's bad lip syncing?
True,
And
but again,
because we're
Yeah,
maxed
but it's
out,
everywhere here.
it's like, Jova, it's like with our Beyond playthrough. The same problems keep creeping up
not
again and
take
again
on
and again.
being-
So they're causing
That's a bad thing.
to be redundant.
you know, maybe I'm a bit stickler on this, but I have to wonder, what is exactly was the challenge behind him? I mean, I know you're maxed out, so of course you beat him in a first hit, but what exactly is the challenge if you're not playing him maxed out?
It's the same thing like we saw in part 2. It's dodging and hitting spells and stuff. The battle system is very simplistic.
Well, at least we found this Gilgamesh robot that is
I mean,
actually
yeah,
different from the
they
three guys
add,
from
later
before.
on we learn a ton.
Oh, for
Oh,
fuck's
you
sake!
free again.
Really?
Yes, we're doing this again.
And we're doing this annoying, unfunny running gag again.
Yes.
Also, it's not nice to use God's name in vain, Ricardo. Or whatever.
I'm gonna turn. This might just be the worst running gag ever.
I
See,
actually agree with
Is
that.
it more annoying than that one of the characters of Hoodwink 2 constantly getting run over?
Probably.
Well, one thing is a bad gag from the start. Another is one that is constantly rubbed on your face. I think this one combines both.
Yeah.
Why do I get the feeling you two are particularly annoyed by Ricardo, because it seems like he's an XP for sort of the Spanish, Italian / Portuguese guy.
Please, don't insult my country with that. This has only to do with Iberian
Hey,
stuff.
Jova, here it is.
Tell Ender about...
Jova, here it is. Waypoint has been unlocked. Now I can go to Southern Plains, which is where the area started. Southernmost area, actually. Yeah.
It's like you could predict the
So
future
that's
of when we were going to ask this stuff, so you could show us.
Uh,
Yeah.
Well, who says that I can't?
Let me guess. We're going to go back and have our boring as shit
Oh,
teapot.
yes, of course not. What do you think? What do you think? That would be incredibly stupid and repetitive. Of course not. Actually, yeah, we are.
Yay!
Okay, this game's just given up. It's fallen into formula.
Yeah, this isn't even a formula. The game is literally just, you know...
Dude, go to island, come back again. Go
You know, it
back.
would have been nice if it was something like a Groundhog Day loop, or something like, you know, they have to change the day, repeating the same stuff days after day. But not like this.
Any particular reason you changed characters there?
Well, I'm trying to keep variety,
It's the, I
unquote,
think it's
between...
even for the affection.
There is no...
Which also is part
So
of the
this
UK.
game... So
why
this
You
game...
uncultured console gamers should play more Imperium.
I should say something.
Yeah,
I
but to
should
be
say
fair,
something.
Tio, why do you think that Italian's not involved? Because, like you said, there is the Italian words, and there's also the Italian buildings.
Okay, guys.
Yeah, but not in the ways of Ricardo, you know.
Guys, Pedro's talking.
Let Web speak for a bit, because he was about to say something. Go ahead, Web.
So this game's insulting the British as well.
I think so, at least. Okay, but there's something I want to say.
Fuck Japan.
As the Kotaku guy said, this game is kind of trying to do a throwback to 80s anime. The problem is that...
There was a reason it's...
I don't see
80s
anything from the 80s here, sorry. Unless there is a giant robot somewhere, I don't see anything from
Well,
the 80s.
it's a specific thing he's talking about. You have to kind of be... I've heard at least that only anime, like, really experts can really tell you exactly what kind of anime they're trying to go for here. But the thing is, okay, aside from the fact that the writing is awful, I actually do enjoy the character designs. I mean, I don't really see anything... I mean, yeah, Hatsune Miku clone is... it's kind of... okay, let's take a moment away the bad writing and the bad characters for a bit.
I can't. It's there.
You know,
Probably
my
I
game...
ignore it.
The only character I like, it's, you know, design dressing is Reijo. Because the other seems to be, you know, still, you know, a
Balloons aside.
12-year-old
I don't like any of
fantasy of
these.
sexual
I don't
fantasy.
like any of these people.
You know, speaking of designs, am I the only one who's reminded of Princess Peach when I look at Towa right now?
It's pronounced Towa.
Well, Towa, but yeah. Seriously, blonde
Like,
ponytail, pink dress, princess.
I'm gonna... Princess Peach is more charming. I can't believe I'm
Oh, I
saying
know
it,
that.
but...
Oh, I know that. I'm just
Princess
saying.
Daisy's more charming.
I know that. I'm just saying she sort of reminds me of that sort of mindset. The blonde ponytail, the pink
Oh, by the way,
dress, and the
wait, guys,
princess.
subplot here. Basically,
Toa, why don't you go talk
gonna try to find Ricardo again because we haven't seen Ricardo enough apparently, so he can tell us where the hideout of the assassins is. But Enda here knows where Ricardo is, but she's not telling because she's afraid Toa will kill Ricardo, and she loves Ricardo.
Really? Seriously?
She looks 12.
Never mind. I don't remember
Well,
anymore.
All of them
You
are
don't
around the same
remember
age.
anymore, you lying little girl.
Well, okay, I do. But I just don't want you and Master...
Oh no, I forgot. Yeah, first, no, that's after the whole killing thing is after this scene. Yeah. At first, she thinks that she's worried because Ricardo is in love with Toa, but well, and she's afraid that Toa will fall in love with him and whatever.
So
this
wait,
is
so
fucking
I'm guessing
stupid.
Enda has
Yeah.
Enda has a crush on Ricardo?
Yeah, explaining this plot gives me a headache.
Okay then. I can see right now. Ricardo will eventually take a hint, and then he'll rebound onto Enda. That's what always happens in those cliches, am I right?
You just called it. Yeah, you just called what's gonna happen in War 6.
Boom! Yay,
Talk
I
about
managed to
boring.
call it.
Shut up, Enda. Your voice is giving me a
Not
migraine.
that this game really deserves to be spoiled, but whatever.
You know, it's at times like these that I wish I could create a computer program that would allow Hatsune Miku to go Wreck-It Ralph and be able to go in this game and kick Enda's butt.
it's two things, Teo. First of all, this game sucks so much ass. Like, who really cares if we're spoiled?
Yeah, it was what I were trying to say.
And second, if you don't want a game to be spoiled for you, you shouldn't be watching a commentary of it.
No, Pedro, I was about to say what you said at first. Like,
Sure,
this game is so bad, we don't care if it's spoiled or not.
Yeah, like, even though there's one thing that's gonna happen, I think it's part 5? Yeah, part 5. There's one thing that's gonna happen in part 5 that I think is gonna surprise you guys. I will give the game that. I didn't see the thing that happens in part 5 coming.
know if I can
Yep.
trust
Oh, the porn music is acting up again.
Yay!
So let's see, Towa is apparently pretty much one of those mood swingers.
Put Ricardo on your hand.
Pretty much, oh, if I'm feeling in the mood, I'll kill him or not.
Damn.
Ah, life.
And guess what? Towa loves us too. Oh,
Wait.
and by the and
Yeah,
that's
didn't
how
we know
he
that already?
reacts to it.
And I keep switching
Here's
up.
how he reacts to it.
I'm going to have to face him eventually.
Again, this is our protagonist, ladies and gentlemen.
Ugh.
But I'm terrible at things like that.
Ugh.
I wanted to meet him this whole time. How do I prepare for
I'm glad
It's
that
quite
you-
simple.
be
You
kidding
just
me.
watch
I
over.
really hope the ending doesn't involve him trying to
Oh,
create a
this
machine
soundtrack
that
again.
can separate Toki and Towa so he can have both of them.
Did they really think that?
Why would you play this soundtrack of something so revealing?
The writing. I mean, this is how you write a protagonist. This game is completely backwards in terms of how you write protagonists.
What was the composer thinking, too? This also messes with the scene even more. Isn't this supposed to be a serious moment, yet they're playing the...
Well, this game had two composers, so I don't know which one to blame, but whoever's fault it was,
Please.
screw you, you don't know how to do a scene properly.
I really hope Ricardo actually knows where the guild's
Uh,
headquarters are.
Wow,
And,
that's
I-
amazing. It's like the writers and the artwork people and the musicians all came together and thought, hey guys, how about we try and make the worst possible product we can do?
For some unknown
And lo and behold,
He really
they
has to,
succeeded.
huh?
He really has to be
Ah.
some
Yeah,
kind of
so yeah, this is great. So far in this game, we've moved to islands, had tea parties, replete ad nauseum. We've had some of the most annoying characters in gaming history, some of the most inappropriate music in gaming history, and artwork which is nothing special, and a story that's absolutely bollocks.
Just make sure
Okay, so
How it's called this island? Fruit Zoka?
Fruitzoka or
I'm thinking it means something in Deutsch or something.
probably, yeah.
I thought it was by accident, not on accident.
If you know something, type in the comment, please.
I know I need to be firm with him.
Let's see.
Gee, this look. Okay, you're just starting to notice
Just
something
say
here.
no.
All the aisles look the fucking same. It's just grass field with ruins.
That's what you're
Yeah, and this is even, little as an island.
Okay, what time are you guys at? It sounds like you're ahead of me.
1840.
Yeah.
Oh, for God's sake, Enda, not you!
She came here
1840?
to make. She came here to make sure we don't kill Ricardo. Okay, Jova, go to
1850.
Go to 19 minutes.
I can't quite because I'm the one recording, so if I do that, the sound is recorded with the Skype voice recorder, and it'll be a pain to match it up with the actual video.
Whatever. Oh goody, again this
Oh,
guy.
great, Enda
Really
again.
decided to
Oh,
come.
Don't worry, Jova. Don't worry, Jova. Basically, imagine this. A really stupid thing is happening. There you go.
I'm
That's all you
watching
need
it
to
right
Yes,
now.
Also, Pedro, one thing about, the dungeon design, I think,
Oh, these
know. There
three
is no
guys
dungeon
again.
design. What dungeon
What?
design? There's no dungeon design. It's just empty fields with nothing
yeah,
else.
that. I honestly can say that in some Namco Bandai games I see the same thing. But not in this kind of massive
Talk
way.
to the hand.
Like, for
Okay.
example,
Talk to the handtail.
Like
I want to ask
Okay,
you
here's an
a
idea. Maybe you guys could
Okay.
pause and I could count you in or something. I don't know.
I want
What
to
time are you
know
at
how
now?
the Assassin's Guild
Uh,
headquarters
We're,
are.
we're almost at 20 minutes.
Maybe you
know
could
how
pause at whatever.
Nobody
Okay,
cares
fine.
what you
Guys,
write.
pause at 20 minutes.
Okay.
Well, I'm at 20 minutes, 1 second, but really, what difference does that make?
Okay, fine. 20 minutes and 1 second. Go to 20 minutes and 1 second, and we'll wait for Jova to clue us in.
Gives a crap.
Not really
Nobody.
missing, sorry.
What if I told you I'm
Okay.
a baker by trade?
And 3,
I'm
2,
here in search of a fish to add the
1,
perfect zesty
click.
accent to a new cake I'm creating.
Okay, back.
So yeah,
So
Ricardo was a baker.
Yeah, Ricardo's a baker.
On a small boat.
What a shocker.
I sense an Iberian Peninsula stereotype coming up.
So, now what do you say?
What?
Not a chance.
What?
Because Spanish
Hang
people
on,
are
is
good
it-
at making
is it-
bread.
Is it me, or is it, you know this,
As
the
far as I
person...
remember, it was French people who made baguettes.
No. See, it's a baker.
Is it, sorry,
Sometimes
guys,
it involves
is
the grain
guys,
involved with
is it-
pastas.
Guys,
It's not
is it-
even voiced by Troy Baker, it doesn't make sense.
Guys, is it just me, or is it... What are the two names of the person you're playing as
You
again?
have to read
Toki and
Zach.
Towa.
though. Boss.
Oh, you mean Zach? Oh, you mean Zach?
No, the princess you're playing.
Oh, I
Oh,
mean,
Toki and
it's just a
Towa.
sign of your
Me, or is it,
determination is all.
Is it when you're in one personality, the actress can do it fine, but when she's in this one, she has, like, no emotion whatsoever?
Well, they're trying to go for the stoic, serious.
Yeah, but there's a way to
Yeah,
do
it
it.
is.
This isn't.
My heart is racing.
Well, I didn't say they succeeded. I'm just saying that's what they're going for.
My heart
Oh,
is
no.
pounding in my chest. I just can't help
I'm
myself.
killing him. I mean, that will solve a lot of things.
I don't know, cut his hair or something. You'll go nuts.
My heart aches.
Oh my god.
My feelings
Talk to the rose, I think.
Totally hopeless.
Fine then.
Oh boy, what is
Fill you in on something
what is she
that
gonna
sure
tell
will
him?
help you get over me.
Also, I
She's
need
gonna-
to
she's gonna
notice
kick him in
that
the
Do it,
balls.
Toa.
the blue, the Mikuatsune wannabe has like, you know,
I'm not the
tubes
person
for
you
hairs.
think I am.
Yeah.
There's two
Wow.
souls living in my
Oh,
body.
she just revealed to.
Toa
I have no.
and Toki.
What?
I have no problem with that.
You mean you didn't know?
No. Nobody knows.
In
Except for
fact,
Drake
that's even better.
and the girls.
Let us all be
Join together forever. Hey, how about you drop dead? I progress with this god-awful game, and we never see each other again. There, everyone's happy.
Joe, I think this might as well be a good time enough to tell you that he's gonna be here until the end.
Wait, I thought you said he was
Oh,
only around for
Please
like...
don't tell me he's the final boss or something.
No, he's not the final boss.
Oh,
Oh,
hey.
thanks.
Oh, hey, maybe he'll get better as a
And,
character on and on. Best not to be completely pessimistic.
Jova, don't, you know, attract the the bad luck on us.
Well, look, Tio, I spent the entire run of Beyond
You're
Two Souls
just
being the
tempting
pessimist.
fate.
I'd rather not be that much of a downer.
You really are determined, aren't you?
Joe, but there is absolutely no reason to be optimistic with this game. Trust me, it won't get better.
The
Oh wait,
game-
this is wait, guys, this is supposed to be a heartfelt scene.
I
No,
know
it's
that
not.
there's someone in my life.
This guy has clearly been established
I've heard
as a
that
running
again. There's no
gag,
soul.
so there's
There's
pretty
no-
much no
nothing
soul, as
here.
Dwib said.
Are you being serious?
Yeah, but
right now?
the music,
serious.
guys. But the music clearly is telling us that we're supposed to feel
What makes
something.
him so amazing?
No.
The dragon's unimpressed.
I can't tell you.
She doesn't have an answer.
What
Maybe he's
music?
not
Oh,
I hear no
I got
music. I
it.
hear
The
only
Ricardo
terrible
guy is trying to
syncopation.
convince her that the main protagonist she loves is not special or
Even he doesn't
something.
know how I feel about him.
Ah,
Toa.
So then, it would seem
Oh, yeah.
I have been.
Can you not show up again, please? Now,
Just
like,
one more
for
thing.
all the time in
Why do you search for
eternity.
the assassin's
Ha ha ha.
Planning an
Oh,
attack on our wedding. If that's true.
Hang on, what was the point of bringing
wait,
Enda along
let it
again? She's
go
just
in
standing there
very
doing nothing.
wait. This
Huh?
adult just
I have
asked
an
a
idea.
12-year-old girl
What?
to be
But I cannot
to enter in her
Instead, I
house.
will go and face
I
them.
How
feel
old is
so
she?
Making
uncomfortable.
my choices
Oh, do
for
we
me.
know how old she is?
Enda is not 12 years old. She's about the same age as Toki and Toa, I think.
You
I'm assuming.
cannot
Why
be
did
serious.
Why did they?
asked.
Why did
She
why did
suffers
they-
from
why-
Keion disease.
Teo,
Guys,
it's
guys,
Japan.
guys,
It's
why
Japan.
is she Why is she even here anyway? She's just been standing there doing nothing.
She's there because she wants to make sure that Toki and Towa don't fall in love / kill Ricardo.
You know,
I mean, even if she's supposed to be adult, that actually makes her a midget, which I think it's... I don't know what is worse, being an underage girl or being midget.
She's suffering from Ellen Page's condition.
I need you to watch
I guess.
As Pedro would say.
That's also a possibility, yeah.
Farewell for now.
So, what do we learn today?
Well, let's see. We learned
Nothing!
absolutely nothing. The guy who we were supposed to find out information from pretty much gave us the middle
Had no
finger,
information.
went off to go deal with it himself, and will probably end up dead. Oh, wait.
Does this mean...
So...
God, the lip syncing. Okay, so we did it. We found Ricardo on...
Seriously, Zach.
Whatever.
Oh,
look!
Pedro!
Head home and regroup! Yay! Because
Wait,
we have
that's actually a mission
Pedro,
now.
interesting question here. Is there any
hold
cutscene
on,
that
Theo,
can
hold on,
be
Theo.
skipped? Is there any option that can skip cutscenes or something?
Theo, Pedro's talking.
Just want to hold on that thought, Tail. Actually, Dwibs, every time you do something, the very next thing is considered a quest. So we've literally been going with
But
go
we've
this
been going over throughout this whole thing, guys. It's simply a quest.
current quest. Go to this island. Okay, the next quest. Go back home and regroup. That's literally every single thing you do
We've
is a
been doing
quest.
that for the past 3 parts.
Okay, if I may
Theo.
interject, I must say, wow, this is a really wonky time to include a love triangle. Seriously, Zach actually thinks that Towa may be falling for Ricardo over him.
Well, technically, it's a love square.
Then
because
again,
there's
okay, a love square, but then again, I guess Ricardo has done a lot more useful stuff than Zach, technically. Not to mention the fact that Ricardo at least has given me the better inkling of being a hero than Zach.
Okay, Taro, you had a question for me?
Like, for example, is there an option, like, you know, when
There's
there are
no one
cutscenes, you
there.
press start and you can, skip them,
Oh, wait, now-
or you
Yeah.
press X during dialogues to make them go faster or
I
something?
can do both. I can mash X.
No, I don't say you have to do in the run, but if in
No,
the
no,
game
I'm not
itself
saying-
there's these options.
Yeah, you can. Yeah, in this game you can mash X to skip all the lines like you would do in, let's say, Final Fantasy IX.
Okay,
But you can also press start to skip the cutscene altogether.
okay.
But you have to turn on that option in the options.
Is it? Is it really?
I still don't understand why Wady has balloons on their back. It
Because
seems
it's
to boggle
supposed to
me
be
until
wedding
the end of the
themed, I
game,
guess.
didn't it?
Because
Yeah.
they do.
They're
the kind of
they're
declaration
wedding
not
party
many guys would
balloons.
make.
Taro.
And she
I'm gonna
keeps them on
answer-
their back, like
I'm
she
gonna answer
produced
every
them.
question you have with that
You
with
too.
that sentence because they do.
Yeah.
And here
Oh,
I am right in
boy.
front of her.
Are you trying to say something, Drake?
Yes, Weddy, I
that guy.
am.
I love how the music is all it sounds like I'm watching
Drake's been a lot more expressive
a
lately.
1930s
Yeah.
slapstick
because he's not
routine.
just some dragon.
The music just gave
It's trying to
it just
be-
gave
Before,
out.
trying to
before
be-
female stooges, I
Guys.
suppose.
Might be able to talk.
Makers of this game, there's a right way to copy Laurel and Hardy and there's a wrong way. Guess which one this is?
The horrendous way.
Creature can speak if they
Okay,
eat
so
berries.
basically, as Jova explained, we have no idea what to do now, so we might as well go get a babble berry for Drake so that Drake can speak.
You know, I like how a lot of these quests, while technically do work out for them, though as far as they know, don't, because, well, as far as they know, it's pointless time wasting, when time should be of the essence to be saving their future wedding. I mean, we know it's helping out him, but
I won't
we're
be
the
surprised
audience.
Well,
I
don't
won't
forget,
be surprised if they have if during one of these tea parties the whole world gets nuked.
don't forget that Towa can travel at
Where are we even supposed to
time
find
travel
them?
at will, so time is not really an issue.
Then
Let me guess,
again,
they
why
didn't do
did they
that
do
in
it
this
6
game.
months ago anyway? Wouldn't it be more better to, like, try and do it when
Wait,
it's
wait,
closer to the wedding?
wait, guys, wait, sorry. Time travel at will, which they don't do, and is in the shitty plot. Where have I heard that before?
Oh my god, so she's basically...
Sonic
So she's
06.
basically the hero version of Mephiles. And she's
Yep.
just
Yeah.
as stupid.
All the characters that could time travel in 06.
And she wears a bit of black on her clothes, so it makes even more sense. The thing is, well, she has a mouth, so I don't know if that counts.
You know, come to think of it, I guess the only... Well, I guess she can die at least, so there's that.
Okay, have fun.
Well, this
Yeah,
game was one thing
I
better than
honestly
beyond.
don't want to think that she can be considered a
Oh boy,
god.
bubble bath.
Again?
Why?
Yes.
What the fuck
Yeah,
was
like it
that?
was
Why
so
are we
funny
doing
the
this
first
again?
time.
No. The thing is that Drake slash the protagonist said, I can't contain my excitement, and almost instantly we heard the shower sound, which is
Oh!
the fuck?
Oh my god, it's like if they
Yeah,
actually went through with what the scenes of Sonic 06 suggested.
Because it was so funny the first time.
Now we're actually having to go
my
to white.
God.
Well, I'm sure that white screen means absolutely nothing in the context of you know what.
I don't even know what it's worth. If the scene itself or, once again, using gratuitous, pointless Italian.
We apologize if there are any kids watching this, but yes, what you saw was pretty much just a metaphor for, talk to your parents about. Actually, you know what, kids, just have the talk with your parents. That'll be a better explanation.
We should probably put a disclaimer
Why
in
would
this part
kids-
saying any kid under 18 should not watch this part.
Yeah, why would kids
You know
even
what's
watch this
amazing is the fact that it's censored, and even still it's inappropriate.
Yeah.
Yeah, like a lot of inappropriate.
Yeah, that's like
Yeah, it's like food fight. It's a kid's.
You know, guys, I thought honestly that the right to retribution, scenes with the girls were mostly disgusting. But this game is really coming closer to be the
And
same.
it hasn't even shown us any of the gratuitous
guys,
scenes.
one thing before this part ends. Notice the table and the bench.
Yeah, I noticed that too.
It looks like a game made back in the early 2000s. What
Yeah,
the hell?
I wonder what Drake's gonna say.
That surely looks like PS2 graphic for the table and
Hell, forget PS2. PC, late 90s, early 2000s PC graphics.
It's like they're trying to
what
do the whole mixing of 2D and 3D graphics like when...
Half-Life's graphics look better than this.
Sort of like
And that
what-
came out in 1998.
Hold on, let me talk. Anyway, it's like they're trying to do what Paper Mario does, combining 2D and 3D graphics, and yet in the result they end up more so going for what the older games did and tried and failed. Namely, try and merge them, which is pretty much a recipe for failure.
What do we do then?
Unless you somehow managed to do it right.
Oh look, another knife pose.
So don't worry.
talk to the knife.
So let's see, Towa is passive-aggressive. She plans to kill Ricardo. Gee, I'm sure we have absolutely never heard this before.
It's like the
In the
writers.
next part, hopefully less
wait.
awkward stuff.
It's like the writers couldn't really actually write a full-length script, so they thought, oh, let's just repeat the exact same jokes and plot points over and over and over. I'm sure nobody will.
Same can be said for the artwork
We'll
team
see
and
you
the
in-
musicians.
We'll see you in part 5 for hopefully less gratuitous Italian.
Yep.
And less awkward stuff. See you then.
See you guys.
Bye.
Right.